Okay, I was gonna go off to bed because it's been a long day, but I realized that I didn't get any YouTube content in this outfit, so I wanted to film a video on one of the most relevant things happening right now, which is that Mars has just left Gemini and entered Cancer. So, excuse me, adjusting this, you will get a fit check at the end. I looked cute, I didn't want to pass on the opportunity to film something today. So we're gonna talk about Mars after 7 months finally leaving Gemini, what that means, and also what Mars entering Cancer means. At the end of this, I will go through what this means for each of the rising signs, and if you are new here to my channel, I do make monthly videos for each rising sign describing how this transit and every major astrological transit is impacting you in your life. But for this video, the important thing is that Mars has been in Gemini for 7 months. It is not normal for Mars to spend 7 months in a sign. It usually spends between 6 weeks to 2 to 3 months. It's a little bit irregular, and Mars takes 2 years to orbit the entire zodiac. The reason that Mars took 7 months in Gemini is because it went retrograde at the very end of Gemini in October. So Mars entered Gemini in August. It went retrograde at the end of October when it was at the very end of Gemini. So it was at the very end, it went retrograde, it went back to the very beginning in January and had to pass through all of that. When planets go retrograde, they get very slow because they have to station, which means that they stop and then they go backwards. They don't actually go backwards, obviously. No planet orbits backwards, but from our perspective on Earth, retrograde planets appear to move backwards in the zodiac, and that represents symbolism of inversions of that planet. So Mars retrograde means slowing down our actions, rethinking our work ethic, rethinking all the progress we've made, and usually having trouble being direct in our forthright actions and work and what we're accomplishing. It's a time of looking back and redoing what we've worked on rather than moving forward with it usually. So Mars went retrograde, which is why this took 7 months instead of the usual 2 to 3 in Mars in a sign. It's not normal. And so Mars and Gemini had a lot of heated debates, a lot of online trigger warrior things. I know that you can say that's always happening, but Mars and Gemini was markedly more disagreements, more not getting along with people, and more chaos with points of view and perspective. I think the plus side was that I found that differences came to the surface of conversation very early, and we were able to have clear communication and talk things out with friends that I have very good standing with. And I'd say that the one of the major things that I'm really proud of in my life is that all of my friends and relationships, we have completely open, clear communication, and that is a requirement. There's no one in my life where there's anything toxic, passive aggressive, convoluted. Those people are eliminated immediately. That just doesn't happen in my life. That's why I think I've had such great I really don't have romantic relationships in my life. I only have platonic, and I think that's because there's no gray area of it's just this is what's happening. But with Mars and Gemini, so much resistance came to the surface that needed to be talked through with certain friends, and I was so thankful for that. So that is a plus side of Mars and Gemini. But Mars and Gemini also meant that people were very just aggravated. People were very quick to be debating and quick to be combative instead of understanding and conversation. And Mars leaving Gemini is now entering Cancer, where it will be from March 25th until May 20th. That is a normal general amount of time for Mars in a sign, around 2 whatever months. So Mars in Cancer is in its fall, meaning that it is at a marked disadvantage that it has to overcome. This does not mean that if you have Mars in Cancer, you're a bad person or that your chart is fucked up. No, it simply means that we are all dealt an uneven hand, and that Mars in Gemini is a more challenging placement with the combination of Mars, action and aggression, and Cancer, which is comfort, nurturing, and understanding. That is a more challenging, more paradoxical combination than Mars in Capricorn, where it is exalted or lifted up royally because it does so well there. I have a full video from my Vlogmas playlist on dignity with planets, exaltation and fall. I will link that down below. If anyone's looking for it and I forget, please comment that I did not link the exaltation fall video. I will link it. You just might have to remind me because I often forget to link videos. So with planets in their exaltation, they are lifted up to perform extremely well. They're recognized by their surroundings. They are respected by their peers. They are high performers. Planets in their fall tend to be at a disadvantage where they struggle with this combination in that area of their life, and they have to overcome that if they want it to function healthily. This does not mean that you're fucking bad person, stop self-deprecating, babying. All of us in our charts have more challenging and more positive things. This does not mean that your entire chart is doomed. It is one of many factors. You have to be honest with yourself that some things in your chart will be great, some things will be challenging. There's often mediocre things. Come on, this is life. But Mars in Cancer is challenging because on a symbiotic level, Mars is action, aggression, getting things done. being direct, being assertive. Mars is like the testosterone of the chart. Like, I haven't heard that said before, but I think about it a lot like that, where it's just like, do you fucking, like, can you get this done? Cancer is a cardinal water sign. Water signs are concerned with emotion, and cardinal signs are leaders. So the leadership of emotion is protective, nurturing, starting, like, to be the leader of emotional energy is to be protective of what's valuable and to be nurturing for what needs to be grown. So that's why Cancer tends to be extremely like, you are my person, claim, protect, guard, but like also my baby. Like, Cancer is somehow both like mom and baby at the same time. I'll get into that in another video whenever I get to explaining Cancer. But Mars in Cancer can be more challenging because it is very indirect in the way that it tries to protect. It is very roundabout and very circular and very beating around the bush. It does not want to hurt anyone, so therefore it becomes very like behind your back, talking about you with other people, emotionally manipulative instead of direct. I am not like shading Mars in Cancer. I have plenty of friends with Mars in Cancer. You're lovely, great people. And also the area of your chart with Mars in Cancer tends to have passive aggressive, indirect, circular, not getting to the point energy. It's not a kind of Mars where you tend to go after your way and like trying to harm people, but it can be a Mars where instead of being direct with, I have this issue with you, it's like, let me talk to this person, get advice from this person, manipulate in this way to thread it in the conversation, and it ends up being this like gooey mess of not wanting to be direct with, and even like the apology kind of side of things with Mars and Cancer, it can be very hard to like directly apologize because you feel so guilty. You're like, I can't even bear. So I'm not shading you guys at all. If there's ever a planet in its fall in the sky, I'm gonna fucking call out and be like, this is kind of what's happening. So with Mars and Cancer, we can expect people to, unfortunately, be a little bit more crybaby, indirect, not so debating, but also not so combative. So the positive side is that people aren't going to be so fucking down each other's throats. They're probably going to lay off each other a little bit and be more inclined to be understanding. That is the positive side of any Mars in a water sign. You're understanding of other people, and when you act, you think about other people's feelings. Great for you. Congrats. As Mars and Leo, I don't. I just think about what's the best for the plot. Where does the plot go? I'm excited about the Mars and Leo video because, like, everything's for the plot. That's all my actions. But Mars and Cancer is much more acting to not want to make people mad. And sometimes that can end up people, that's a good concise way. Mars in Cancer is acting to keep people from being mad. But sometimes that makes people mad, because sometimes the way to minimize overall mad is to make people mad right here, right now. Like, let's have some directness here. So with Mars in Cancer, you can expect less directness, more passive aggressiveness, and more just like not wanting to yell at each other, but therefore talking behind each other's backs, and then leading to a bigger issue where there's just like a big drama, whatever. It's not horrible. There's no aspects from Mars to other planets which make it like horrendous. If Mars in Cancer was like opposing Pluto still or something like that, that would be like, oh, Jesus Christ, like, come on. But it's not. Mars in Cancer is kind of alone in the sky pretty much. It's getting positive aspects from planets in Aries, which is nice actually. It's trining Neptune, which increases like the spiritual kind of side of it. There's gonna be people in my comments being like, fuck you, like there's good and bad to every, fuck you, there's good and bad to every planet, but you're lying to yourself if you say Mars in Cancer is less challenging than Mars, or is more challenging, is less challenging than Mars in Gemini. Mars in Gemini is less challenging than Mars in Cancer. However, it is nice to have a break from Mars in Gemini for 7 months. So if you have placements in Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, or Libra, this will be making challenging aspects to you all. If you have placements in Scorpio or in Pisces, this will be making positive aspects to you all because this is going to trine the water signs in particular. So you can expect less overt conflict with communication and with conversation, more conflict with emotional manipulation, crybaby, not getting to the point, causing harm because you were not stepping up to the plate in the first place. This will only last 2 months. It's nothing to fear. Look forward, like, it's something to fear. You'll just notice this around in the world. So, like, personally, I myself prefer Mars in Gemini to Mars in Cancer, but it is nice that after 7 months we get a bit of a break on the way to Mars in Leo, which is no, it's not. There's no dignity. Mars in Leo has no dignity, so it's not necessarily, like, that great. But now we're going to get into the rising signs and where this is happening for you, and then I will get into a fit check because I'm in a really cute outfit. I'm just cold right now, so I have a jacket on. So if you have a Cancer rising, this will be happening in your first house of self. You can expect to be more aggressive, more pissed off at people, a little more talk back-y, you'll have more on your mind to say. You might also get injured in a non-serious way more easily, like stub your toe, hit shit, like that shit. If you are Leo rising, this will be in your 12th house of mental health and addictions or afflictions. So you might find that your demons of coping mechanisms, addictions, or things that you struggle with for dealing with your mental health, whether that is sticking to a meditation routine, etc., you're going to struggle. I'm not going to manifest it for you. I feel uncomfortable saying that, but like you're likely going to have things come up that activate mental health issues or dependencies, addictions a little bit. You're going to be more aggravated in that. If you are a Virgo rising, this will be in your 11th house of networking, friends, and groups. You might feel that you're having to put more effort into easing conflict or effort into networking with people. It doesn't mean that people are necessarily mean, but you are just having to deal with more challenges related to networking. If you are a Leo, or if you are a Libra rising, this will be in your 10th house of career. So challenges, overcoming effort, more effort in your career. Could be over challenges with your boss, like your bitch you're about to leave, or it could just be that you're working on tasks that are more time consuming regarding your career. If you are a Scorpio rising, this is in your 9th house of foreign travel, higher education, or philosophy. So you're likely either running into challenges with trips, with your school, or with religion and rethinking your philosophical beliefs. It doesn't necessarily mean, again, that things are going wrong, but you might be having to put more effort into an application or a trip planning. There's more effort that is challenging. If you are a Sagittarius rising, if you're a Sagittarius rising, sorry, it's very late. I've been a long ass day. If you're a Sagittarius rising, this is in your 8th house of investment, shared assets, and death. Before anyone freaks out, 99% of you, it's going to be money issues, investment issues, having to do your taxes, put effort into things financially, not income. This is not income. This is complicated finances like investments, taxes, loans. You're going to have to put more effort into easing some challenges there. Or someone in your life is dying and you're dealing with that. It's probably not a surprise. This is not a surprise transit. That Mars on its own is not going to show someone out of the blue dies unless it's crossing your Uranus, which in that case maybe. But it could be that you're expecting someone to die, someone has died, you're dealing with the challenges of that. Most people, it's not going to apply to you, but there's a fucking area of life or death. So, I mean, I'm going to say it when it's relevant. If you're a Capricorn rising, like myself, this is going to be in your 7th house of committed relationships and partnerships. So it doesn't mean that you're going to break up necessarily with your committed significant other, but it can show that any close relationship in your life, you're going to be dealing with more resistance and more challenges. It's just going to be what we're dealing with, the relationship issues over the next 2 months with resistance coming up. If you are if you're an Aquarius rising, this is happening in your 6th house of coworkers, physical health, and pets. Either you're not getting along with your coworkers and there's issues there. You might be dealing with issues with your physical health. You're running into some things that keep coming up chronically. Or pets are annoying. As a Capricorn rising, I had Mars in my 6th house for 7 months now. I am tired of company, coworker, that kind of issue. Like, I'm so done with it. It's not like anything huge. It's just like, oh my God, like they're just like things like that where it's like hit me even more with this. So similarly for Aquarius risings, know that you don't get as long of a transit, but it can be annoying. If you are a Pisces rising, this is in your 5th house of dating, romance, creativity, kids. So it could be that you're putting more effort and therefore overcoming challenge with creativity. Could be that you're dealing with your kids, they're being annoying as fuck and you're like, what the hell? Could also be that with romantic dating and more like just sexual intimate relationships, things are more challenging on the surface. This is not serious dating. This is not involved, dedicated, committed relationships. This is like hookups and dating casually. If you are an Aries rising, this will be in your 4th house of family and home. So challenges at home, challenges with family, could be that you're renovating or putting more effort into that kind of thing. If you are a Taurus rising, this is in your 3rd house of communication, short-term travel, and writing. So you could be overcoming more effort with online posting, could be some challenges with writing or communication, or you're being really annoyed with the amount of commuting and driving you're doing. And finally, if you are a Gemini rising, this is in your 2nd house of income and spending. Might be dealing with some money issues just related to income, overspending, or your day-to-day job and income. So let me know your thoughts down below for what you think about Cancer, Mars being in Cancer, and how you feel about that. Now I'm going to show my outfit because it's really cute. And like we went to Mel's Diner today and like took pictures, and I specifically wore this because I was like, it would be cute because everything's for the plot. Nothing is casual with me. Nothing is at all casual or candid. It is all intentional and whatever. Should I say that? Okay, basically this top is from Dolls Kill. It's fucking rubber and latex. It's way overpriced. So if you look at this and you're like, why did you pay that much for it? Because it's cute for the plot, So I'm wearing this necklace, which is also from Dolls Kill, but like 2 years ago. It's a razor. This, oh my god, this is like all from Dolls Kill, actually. I'm never actually sponsored by them, and you can miss me with the like whatever controversy. I don't give a fuck. I buy the clothes. People make shit up about me. A lot of people don't give a fuck. I thank you guys for that. So like miss me with like, don't support them. I will. Unless there's like, there's no one less. Like, let me shop there. This jacket is from Dolls Kill. I got it almost a year ago now, actually, when I was in LA over the summer, when I was like, I could never live here, and then she moves here. But she moved here for the plot because there's important plot events going on. These shoes, I'll actually show them up close. These shoes I just got these from Dolls Kill. So basically I'm in this white skirt. The white skirt's not from Dolls Kill. I don't know where it's from. I don't remember where this white skirt is from. With the jacket, with this is it all together basically. And I wore this because there's a bunch of NFT LA events, and everyone in LA, and especially in like NFT world, looks weird as fuck, so I have to kind of compete. But I feel really like myself with this red hair. Like, I did not feel like, I just felt like the era needed an update with what's going on in my life and all the cool stuff, and like the red hair just fits, so I did this. And for makeup, I'm doing my same makeup, but I added falsies because all my extensions are falling out, and I missed how falsies made my eyes look because I just haven't done dramatic lashes in a while. So sorry, I'm just totally being very self-absorbed because I just really like this look and I'm still into my hair, but you guys are here for the whole entire thing. Anyway, enjoy Mars and Cancer, or don't. Like me, I'm just like, please just pass already. I'll see you in the next one. Let me know any video requests down below, and I'll see you then.